Before we begin, think of the loneliest you have ever felt. The kind of lonely that sits in your chest like a stone. The kind that does not go away when you turn the lights on. Now imagine feeling that way for 37 years. Elm End Street, 1987. It was the kind of neighborhood where everyone knew everyone, where kids rode bikes until the streetlights came on and mothers called names from front porches. A perfectly ordinary street. Except for the house at the end. That one was different. The grass there did not grow right. The windows never caught the light the way the others did. And from inside, if you listened closely enough on the right kind of night, you could hear a child playing, alone. His name was Oliver, 8 years old, and he had one friend in the world. Not a person, not a neighbor, a doll. A small porcelain doll with a wide painted smile and hollow eyes that caught the light in a way that felt almost alive. Oliver did not mind that it could not talk back. He was used to silence. Every afternoon he would sit by the window and watch the other kids play outside. He never joined them. He wasn't sure how. So he waited. He always waited for someone to knock on the door, for someone to call his name. No one ever did.
On the last afternoon anyone ever saw Oliver, he placed his doll carefully on the wooden chair in the center of the living room. He tilted its head so it faced the window. "Wait here," he whispered, and he walked out the front door. He never came back. They searched the house, the street, the whole town. They found nothing. Nothing except the doll, sitting alone on that chair, in the center of an empty room, smiling. 37 years passed. The street changed, but the house at the end did not. Same dead garden, same dark windows, same broken gutter. And somewhere inside, in a room no one had entered in nearly 4 decades, a wooden chair, and on it, still waiting, the doll. It was Sam's idea. It was always Sam's idea. Sam, who treated fear like a dare. Behind him was Danny, who made jokes when he was scared. Beside Danny walked Nora, the quiet one, writing in her notebook since they left the house. And at the back, arms wrapped around herself, was Lily, who had found the old article, read every word of it, and came anyway.
The chain on the gate was supposed to be locked. It was broken. Nora wrote without looking up. The chain was broken from the inside. No one asked her what she meant. The gate opened before any of them touched it. One by one, they walked through. It swung closed behind Lily with a sound like a sentence ending. Inside, the dust rose with every step. Furniture covered in white sheets, shapes that looked disturbingly like people standing very still. Portraits lining the corridor, every single one facing the wall, deliberately turned. A music box began to play on its own, 3 thin, wrong notes from gears with no batteries. Then silence. A shadow crossed through Sam's flashlight at the top of the staircase, human-shaped, then gone. In the center of the living room, one chair had been left exactly where it was, facing the door, as if placed to receive a visitor. And on the chair, the doll. The crack ran from its forehead all the way down, splitting the face almost in two, and the smile, too wide, too fixed. 37 years and it had not changed. "Do not touch it," Lily said. "Whatever you do, do not." Sam touched it.
Every light went out. In the darkness, they heard a child crying, far away, getting closer. When Danny's flashlight came back on, the doll was gone from the chair. Nora turned around and found it sitting directly behind her. Nobody had moved it. Nobody had heard it move. It smiled up at them with its hollow, painted eyes that somehow seemed to be looking at each of them at once. They ran. 3 of them did not look back. Sam looked back. In the upper window, a figure in a white porcelain mask stood perfectly still, looking down at them with absolute patience. The way something looks when it has been waiting so long that waiting has simply become what it is. The figure tilted its head slowly. Then it was gone. And something occurred to Sam, standing there looking at that empty window. It had looked at all 4 of them, It had been counting. Danny disappeared that night, Lily the night after. Each time the mask appeared where it had not been before. Each time the figure was already waiting. Nora's notebook filled with writing that was not hers. I have been playing alone for a very long time. Then, he wants to finish the game. Lily found the answer before she disappeared. The old article. The only item recovered from the property was a small, cracked porcelain doll, found on a wooden chair in the front room. The doll was his, the boy who disappeared, Oliver.
2 of them were left. Sam and Nora went back. The house was covered in children's drawings, every one showing the same small boy standing alone. No other figures, no other faces.
Hello? Is anyone
Just the
home?
boy and his doll,
I know I
and
heard
all
something
that
inside.
empty space around him. The last drawing was different. Beside the boy, 4 new figures had been added. Sam recognized his own red jacket. "He drew us," Sam said. "He knew we were coming." A new line appeared in Nora's notebook while she stood reading. "I just wanted someone to play with."
Don't read it, Nora!
Upstairs,
I have
Danny
to know
and
what's
Lily were
inside.
asleep on the
Be
bed,
careful, you
unharmed.
two. No!
And in the corner, the masked figure had been there the whole time, watching. Nora stepped forward and read the name aloud. Oliver. The figure went rigid, the stillness of someone who had not heard their own name in 37 years. "You have been alone since 1987, Nora said. Her voice did not shake. "I am sorry that happened to you."
The mask cracked, fractures spreading like ice until the fragments dissolved before they touched the floor. Behind the mask, a boy, 8 years old, pale as winter, one tear on his cheek. Oliver looked down at the doll and smiled, a real smile, small and tired, the smile of someone who had finally, after everything, been seen. He held the doll a little tighter and began to fade, slowly from the feet upward, dissolving into blue light that rose toward the ceiling like something released. The doll faded with him, then the light, then silence. Not the silence of waiting, just silence. The ordinary quiet of an empty place. Nothing waiting, nothing watching. Just a house.
Morning came the way it always does, indifferent to everything. 4 kids stood outside together. The house behind them looked the same. But it did not feel the same. It felt like a held breath, finally, after 37 years, let go. None of them spoke for a long time. Then Sam said, he just wanted someone to play with. Nobody answered. Because sometimes the scariest thing in a story is not the monster. It is the loneliness that made one.
On the floor upstairs, where Oliver had stood, there was nothing left, just a small circle of dust in the shape of 2 small footprints facing the window, facing out, as if Oliver had stood there one last time and seen something worth smiling at, and then walked away. The porcelain smile.
You made it to the end. Most people do not. If this story kept you watching in the dark, if you felt that weight in your chest that Oliver felt for 37 years, then you already know what this channel is about. Stories that do not let go. Subscribe, because the next one is already waiting. And unlike Oliver, it is not patient.